fans today who are flying into Chicago, and they said services or anything, nothing is planned just yet.
You know, and even in listening to him talk about it, he had a smile on his face several times, and it's so hard to talk about Ernie Banks without smiling because he always had that big smile that cheered everybody up.
Everybody, myself included, but that's what everybody talks about more than even on the field. His personality, charisma, positive energy, he could make anybody feel good.
Yes, and that's, of course, why we'll all miss him. Thanks, Megan. Well, naturally, fans have been visiting the friendly confines all day today to pay their respects to the Cubs legend. CBS 2's Jeremy Ross takes us to the growing memorial to number 14.
The somber sign outside Wrigley paid tribute to Mr. Cub. In the shadow of the stadium, you can easily spot baseball's influence.
That was my first hero when I was a kid.
But at Sheffield and Addison, it's much harder to spot a smile.
I'm going to miss him.
Against a fence rests a growing memorial to 83-year-old Ernie Banks.
So when you lose your first hero, it's tough.
This is how Cesar Gonzalez reflects on his fallen friend, a man he wrote a book report about in second grade and played golf with as an adult.
I actually had checked out some library books about Ernie Banks. He asked me to do that so that his wife could get to know him, because his wife didn't know much about his playing days.
Gonzalez believes Banks was simply too modest to tell her about his days on the diamond firsthand.
He's irreplaceable, really.
Well, fans might have preferred putting flowers next to Banks' statue. That is just not available because of construction in this area. Instead, they settled on a place next to his name, keeping the player close in their hearts.
I'm happy he's honored like this.
Take me out to the ball game.
He'll be up there singing with them.
For now, those voices and those fans find comfort near a fence. And a friend's goodbye includes touching the name that touched so many lives for so many years in and well outside of Wrigley. Jeremy Ross, CBS 2 News.
And today, both Chicago newspapers dedicated their headlines and cover stories to Mr. Cub. Ernie Banks was 83 years old, and we will have much more on his career coming up in sports. But first, here's a live look outside. Mary Kay Clay says, enjoy the last few hours of these mild temperatures because things are